Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So, the Lake House, downloadable content for Alan Wake 2 is finally here. Cannot wait to play it with you guys. Let's jump right in. The Lake House expansion now available. Descend into a Federal Bureau of Control research facility and unravel the mysteries lurking within. So I think this happens before Alan Wake 2? Or sometime during it?
This isn't the Bureau's first time in Bright Falls. 1970, 76, 8... Last one was in 2010.
The first Alan Wake game.
It's not exactly clockwork, but this town sees way more altered world events than most.
AWEs.
It was just a matter of time before the lake acted up again. After the AWE in 2010, the FBC's research department set up a facility, the Lake House, to study the threshold in Cauldron Lake, find better ways to contain the entity inside. Your tax dollars at work. When we detected a spike in paranatural activity at Cauldron Lake, before I even knew you were on this case, Saga, the Lake House was my first stop. I was short-handed, hoped they could spare some help, maybe give us some intel on the situation. If I had any clue what was waiting for us in there, Saga, I'd have just kept on driving.
Well, if it isn't Agent Estevez from Alan Wake 2.
This is Agent Estevez responding to an AWE alert in the vicinity. I need to speak with the Marmons. So much for the welcome wagon.
Federal Bureau of Control.
You all set up the perimeter. We're on the threshold's doorstep, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The Lake House. Okay. Let's try one more time.
Agent Estevez requesting entry. I don't have time for this. This shouldn't take long, okay? You see anything? Radio me.
Roger that.
The Lake House was run by the research department. Research and investigations don't really see eye to eye. What they call science, I call a violation of Bureau protocol and human decency. Classic interdepartmental drama. Your FBI saga, you know how it goes. Now, in retrospect, my low opinion of the research department may have clouded my judgment.
Ooh, the foreshadowing. So she's writing this or telling this to Saga?
Hello? Agent Estevez, Investigations Department. No one wants to check the individual carrying a firearm into a restricted government facility? No?
Guess not.
Okay, well, it was definitely going in the report.
Let's see. Please remember the following recreational facilities are forbidden in the waters of Cauldron Lake. It's fishing, redacted, and swimming. Boating, using the water for redacted purposes. Water skiing, redacted in the water. Paddleboarding. What was the other thing? A recent survey operation was performed along the citizens of Bright Falls and Watery. The goal of this operation was to ascertain public knowledge and opinion of the lake house and its operations. So people consider the area as like fear. I mean, yeah, if you remember the main game of Alan Wake, I mean, it was pumping out interesting creatures. To all staff, on-site observation teams report that the oldest house is still under active lockdown. Status of Director Trench Management Team and all other personnel inside the oldest house at the time of lockdown's initiation remains unknown. Observation teams have detected fluctuations in the redacted field or originating from the oldest house as of redacted, increasing in strength as it loops through a specific pattern every redacted number of hours. These readings are currently being analyzed by research staff in the Boston office. Any personnel with information pertaining to the signal should contact them immediately. So I wonder if we came from Boston then.
That's handy.
The lake house. Experiment in progress. What is this? Office of Co-Head of Research.
Dr. Marmont's not here.
What do we got?
He is?
Check
downstairs.
Okay, so this is all the stuff that... So she's head researcher, so I'm guessing she has the credentials. Who's this guy? To my new fellow head of the lake house. There's Cauldron Lake.
An experiment. That bodes well.
What do we got?
Changing passwords, huh?
Effective September 13th, all computer passwords must be reset daily to redress security concerns. We are aware this may be inconvenient and lead to difficulty remembering your password. We recommend using a permanent set of digits at the beginning of the password followed by numbers that change daily. Do not use birthdays, blah, 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 blah. What else do we got? Replacement keycard request form. Okay. I'm going to skip over some of this. Subject P. Through extensive testing, the subject has been confirmed to possess an intrinsic paranormal ability that manifests exclusively during the act of painting. The paintings feature scenes or events he would have no knowledge of, even sometimes painting an event before it occurs. Has been proven multiple times and has an estimated 40 to 100% success rate. The lack of precision in this range is due to the team's inability to prove that the painting's content will not be realized. Yeah, you don't know if it hasn't happened, right? Wow. Passwords cannot exceed 6 digits. So 38 is somewhere in there. Huh. So this is in 2020. Oh, God.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting day here at the Lake House. As I'm sure you know, I am Dr. Jules Marmont, and this is my wife,
Dr. Diana Marmont.
And together we are the heads of research at this facility. We want to thank you all for helping us break new ground in our study of Cauldron Lake.
That's right, Jules. But don't let our exciting work in threshold regulation and dimensional coupling keep you from observing the proper safety protocols.
You said it, Diana. We run a tight ship here at the lake house. So, always remember the 3 S's.
Okay, what do we got?
Safety, security, and censorship.
It's a C. It's a C.
Why, yeah, that is the joke, Diana.
Well, it's a stupid fuck.
Wonderful joke, Jules. We'll see you down there.
Yeah, that seems healthy.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the Lake House Daily. Good news. HQ still dark. Pie was good. More pie for the rest of us. We have coffee. Deerfest this week. Aha. Bad news. HQ still dark. Not allergy bad. No Alma beer. It's good. Tried it. The artist is the artist is something. Someone stole the black whiteboard marker. All vacation time canceled. So what were they dealing? We'll get into it. Don't worry. We'll get into it. This is... Oh.
It's locked.
All right. Let's do this. Okay, might as well just do negative.
Access denied.
Well, you are not keeping me out. I'll need a key card with clearance.
Access denied.
Ugh, this key card isn't gonna cut it.
Okay. So that must mean we have to figure out what the password is. Yep. So we got to figure out the password. So, Security and Technical Support Division. We recommend using a permanent set of digits at the beginning of the password, followed by numbers that change daily. Try using significant personal dates. Do not use birthdays, the current date, phone numbers, etc. Please also remember that for the time being, passwords are not to exceed 6 digits. Well, we know that. Is it going to be as easy as 11, 14, 38? 11, 14, 38? Well, we know 38. What did that say? September? So, oh, darn it. I already forgot. 0914, so 38. 38. 09.
Damn it.
Let's see if there's anything that sticks out in here. In grateful recognition of his outstanding contributions to the Bureau's scientific endeavors, Casper Darling. Look at that. Casper Darling. The senior leadership of Federal Bureau of Control has determined to appoint Dr. Jules as head of research at the facility of Cauldron Lake, Washington. The appointment will be shared with Diana Mormont, effective upon completion on July 18th. Okay. And that's from Director Trench, huh? July 18th is the only thing that's bolded. So July... Okay. July 18th. 380718.
Nope.
07183. Yeah. Please remember to lock your computer. Dr. Mormont. Project Arbitus has officially requested we return the pages. We aren't using them for any work on Project Oramnus, and they shared research material, so I can... Okay. Annual budget, so does next Wednesday work? Oh. Good morning. A friendly reminder that proposed annual budgets need to be sent out at the end of the month. Every station is being asked to give a thorough breakdown. I am too busy to attend meetings. Just please budget from last year, but make sure to specify that a specific percentage of the research budget is to go toward Project Arbitus, so certain individuals won't be tempted to slow down their competition by stealing resources. Oof. That didn't sound like a healthy relationship. She literally said in the emails, go F yourself. What door? Is it this door? Oh, well, I didn't mean to, like, break it.
This should get me downstairs.
So Trench and Darling put her husband in charge with her, and she wasn't too happy, huh?
As soon as I got in that elevator, my bad news detector started going nuts. Estevez to team, something's going on in the lake house. I want all nearby agents to... Oh, shit!
Agent Estevez, what's your status?
I don't know what my... Experiment in progress.
Breach detected in sublevel 5. Staff should seek shelter immediately.
We have a situation in the lake house. All agents converge on the facility now.
Whoa. Jesus.
Belay that order. Shit. A threshold event had hit the lake house. Now, it was the Marmont's problem. Our mission was outside. What the fuck was that?
Why is everything has like a painted over color? Threshold linking experiment.
Get back to the elevator.
The work to create a stable link between our reality and the redacted continues. Progress is good, with all teams reporting high confidence that a successful connection will soon be possible. Recent efforts in utilizing the paintings produced by Subject P to adjust reality in such a way that achieves our goals were unsuccessful. However, this result allowed us to discard that avenue of research and focus solely on a much more reliable one. Viable one. Our new hypothesis states that the threshold's energies, thus its reality-altering effect, are drawn to pieces of art that contain significant amount of emotion. This is supported by a clear trend of data that we have gathered over the years. If we can identify and quantify the emotion of an art piece, our work will speed considerably. Oh God. As the Lake House continues to make progress toward its goal, various avenues of research are being pursued. Recently, one such avenue has yielded unexpected results. The research into nursery rhymes, directed by Dr. Mormont, led by Dr. Campbell, as an art form has shown viability in its ability to connect with the cauldron-like threshold. As a result, the nursery rhyme findings will now be carried forward by the co-heads of research and incorporated into ongoing research for the Lake House. Oh, I remember. So there's the co-heads. They absolutely loved each other. Okay.
Dr. Darling.
Yeah, what is Darling doing?
Okay. Priority 1, get the lights on. Standing around in the dark near Cauldron Lake is not smart.
She definitely knows. They definitely know about it, huh? So whatever subject P they had for painting looks like may have contributed. What the heck?
Okay. Power core receiver. Plugging a core in should get the lights on.
Okay. Head on a swivel. Head on a swivel. Oh, look at that. This will be interesting because instead of it interacting with writings, it's obviously interacting with paintings, right? Oh, look at that. That looks like a power core to me.
That is not a regulation FBC weapon. Can't open it from the side.
What do we got here?
This key card could be useful.
Unfortunately, Jules' key card went missing last night. Huge shame. On a totally unrelated note, I now have a level 3 clearance card in my office, plus a lot of Blackrock. Been grinding the Blackrock down to a powder and stashing it around in case any gets confiscated. Weapon tests using Blackrock powder. If successful, may send schematics to offsite teams. Could lead to a transfer out of the crap hole. Need to think up more applications for Blackrock now that I have some. There was a researcher at the OH who had tons of ideas like this. Wish I could remember their name.
I wish they'd make these things lighter. The way I saw it, there was only one way out. Identify the source of the event and contain or eliminate it. Now, good news, I just had to keep going down. Bad news, the elevator liked to disappear.
Love that sound. Love that. Okay.
The elevator's back.
Okay. Oh. Looks like there's something there. Let's go back in there for a sec. Okay. Is there a way in over here? Aha, I need a level 1, huh? Or level 2, huh? Okay, well, the only other door I remember... Oops. What are we gonna fight in this DLC? Paint monsters? Lovely. Let's go ahead and save really quick.
I am an agent of the Federal Bureau of Control. I can assist you if you take no harm. It never fucking works.
Oh crap, they just go in and out, huh?
This isn't working.
Alright. Let's see, can we get into this door over here? Oh no. Okay. What is that thing? Okay. So if I come into here.
What the fuck were those things? Deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, you never really get used to the shit you see in this job, but you can learn techniques to adjust, to function. Take 6 deep breaths, then get to work. Find the source, collapse the threshold.
I like her.
Sir, please hold. Please hold.
Where am I? What is that?
That is like a breathing painting.
If you can understand me, I'm an agent of the Federal Bureau of Control. I can assist you if you take no hostile action against me or any action that can be perceived as hostile. Do you understand? Well, I'll be damned. So what kind of entity are you?
Anger.
You can speak. That means you probably imprinted on a person or retained some of your former self's information. Previously human, maybe? Okay, I can work with that. I just had an unpleasant encounter with some other painted individuals. Any relation?
1,000 paintings used corrode.
What does that mean?
Paint no brush, a self-portrait.
Okay, hey, calm down!
Fire in his eyes and hands and bones.
You need to cease all hostility right now! Now. Bad news. That thing is really pissed off.
Yeah.
Good news. I Didn't try to kill me. Baby steps.
What is that? Okay, so we were just on...
Paintings are not typically on the Cauldron Lake bingo card. Something different was happening at the lake house, and I couldn't let it escape.
Oh, so 2 is actually...
Bright Falls didn't need this particular cherry on its already shitty sundae.
Sublevel 3.
Painting production, holding observation, page development, research archives, and threshold experimentation. Yeah. Pages, like Alan Wake pages? Yeah, this looks like a FBC facility, alright. The automated typing device will produce writing mimicking that of Alan Wake, known para-utilitarian, with the goal of affecting reality with the same consistency as Alan Wake's writing. To reach this level of authenticity, each page produced by the ATDs must be evaluated and graded based on its similarity to Wake's original style. The pages will be graded using the following criteria. Yeah, content, tone. Once the pages are graded, they're fed into the algorithm as preferred reference material, thus continuously refining the writing produced by the ATDs until they can produce near identical stories to Alan Wake. Jesus. You guys are really screwing with things that you don't know about, man. Holy. That just sounds like a horrible idea.
September 12, 2023. Notes regarding the page of an Alan Wake manuscript I found in the archives. I checked the records, and this page is not in our inventory. I believe it manifested inside the lake house directly. I won't be filing this page. It'll just send Jules into a panic. The page is written in Wake's usual style, so I can't say for certain if it's being literal or figurative when it calls us monsters. But what's interesting is that the page indicates that a painting succeeded in linking Cauldron Lake's threshold with our facility. Writing has always been the clearly superior avenue of research, but I never considered that the writing itself would dictate a different art form as the catalyst for our success. I cannot accept that. I can't allow Jules to stumble his way into success. Not after the years of work I put into this research. I got word yesterday that 2 writers are visiting Bright Falls. I will beat Jules to the finish line.
Thought you guys were working together. Moving forward, research at the lake house will be divided into 2 projects. Project X, codename Arbitus, will study on focusing the writing of Redacted with Diana Mormont serving as project director. Project Romnus, will focus on studying Redacted and his work, with Jules Mormont serving as project director. Staff will soon be notified regarding their project assignment and any required desk changes. Your patience is requested. Jesus. Okay.
Diana and Jules Marmont had once been a team. Rising stars in the Bureau, both talented in their own way. Diana innovated and Jules got funding from the bureaucrats. Cooperation led to respect. Connection. Then after a decade of hard work, the happy couple were promoted. Co-heads of research. Their first years at the lake house were good. Challenging, but not insurmountable. Not for them. Gradually, thoughts fell into their heads like drops of dark water. Why does she get all the credit? Why does he get any credit? With that, a crack formed in the lake house. The Marmonts and their work became arrogant, erratic. The crack widened and the water seeped in.
Jeez.
Rudolph Lane stood back from the canvas. He didn't recognize the piece. Did he paint this? His mind was foggy, unfocused. He knew the Marmonts were putting something in his food. A man in a white coat came to steer Lane back to his cell. He did not resist. He was too tired. He lay on the bed, but the stench in his cell wouldn't let him sleep. An acid stink. The turpentine, the paint, it was all over him. Years of it. 1,000 paintings. 1,000 more to come. A putrid weight he could never wash away. Cold hate simmered below the mist clogging his thoughts. Hatred for the paint. Hatred for the brushes. For the Marmonts. For himself.
Interesting. So that kind of confirms what that monster was saying before about 1,000 paintings, and kind of tracks with the cold anger thing, right? Alright, let's get to it.
The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment. There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment. There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow.
Born in New York.
became
Let's see,
trapped,
findings report.
stagnant,
Edward Booker.
went bad.
Married to
The
Tabitha
truth
Booker.
was
No known
controlled
children.
here. The art was not art, just
Confirmed
content
artist.
for the experiment.
Okay. So that must be the artist.
Crack in the lake house. The Marmonts
Typewriters. Please don't let this be what I think it is. As you know by now, typewriters and Cauldron Lake do not mix. And a room full of them all clacking away. 100% bad news.
Yeah, they're all trying to write like Alan Wake so they can... Damn, dude, that's a horrible idea.
March 7th, 2018. Notes regarding Dr. Emil Hartman.
Ooh, Hartman.
Founder of the Cauldron Lake Lodge, where he manipulated artists in an attempt to control the power of the shadow. I've gone through his notes, which were confiscated by the Bureau after his arrest in 2010. Overall, Hartman's work was sloppy. Complete disregard for proper scientific method. But he was bold enough to try something we haven't. Our procedural writing machines are promising, but we could understand the effects of Cauldron Lake's threshold much better by observing live artists in action. Thanks to Hartman, we even have a list of prospects. Next step is to send Dr. Darling a request to bring some into the lake house for analysis.
So they did what Dr. Hartman did and take advantage of a painter. We began to find pages from a manuscript very likely written by Alan Wake, para-utilitarian and suspect in past cases involving the Cauldron Lake AWE. Though I do not like to bring myself or my biases into my work, I must do so here to address the matter being examined. Any reference for any future readers, I am Dr. Diana Marmont, co-head of research. The page we found summarizes my life with Jules Marmont, husband and co-researcher. It has turned us into characters for its story, making generalizations and assumptions that I must attempt to evaluate without emotion or prejudice. The accuracy of the writing is intriguing. It reports our past in the Bureau, but also details inner thoughts that an outside recorder would have no way of knowing. Jules and I have indeed been having more and more interpersonal conflict this past year. This raises many questions. How does Wake wherever he's writing this from, get this information? Or was the page itself determining the emotions and events? I cannot believe that the scope of Awake's ability goes so far as to have dictated my entire career at the FBC. And if it did, would it matter? What if a person knew their life was being written by driven by an external force? Would it change their nature, their behavior, their personality? My disagreements with Jules are not sudden shifts in personality, but rather a growing resentment. I firmly believe that, though I have no evidence to prove it, which brings me to the new research query of our team. What methodology can one use to prove that their actions, their mind, their love, and the animosity are theirs to control? Yeah. So she found Alan's writing about her, like, what the heck, right? He don't control me. But maybe he does. You guys are literally trying to replicate his writing and see if you can break a threshold, right? Alright, before we go through there, let's double check over here. And there's a green light over there. Alright, we can't get into there. We need a level 2 key card. What do we got? Typewriter brand investigation. Investigation into the precise brand and model of typewriter used by Alan Wake with the intent to use this particular brand for redacted and the ATDs continues to be unsuccessful. Alan Wake's agent refused, so that's Barry. Alan Wake's wife, Alice, refused to discuss. No useful information. What was the other page? The relevant team will continue to explore alternative resources of information. The ATDs will continue to be operated with the available typewriters until Wake's preferred brand is known. Theoretically, replicating Alan Wake's style of writing via the same brand of typewriter used by the author should yield optimal results. Interesting. Wow, they really wanted to have the moves like Wake. They got the moves like Wake. It's almost like the... Oh.
Shit. I can never say no to extra firepower.
Dead agents.
Back where I started. Spatial recurrence usually observes the law of 3.
Find a way to proceed through the spatial reoccurrence.
This contrived overlap rebounded on itself, compressing, compounding, reflecting, and refracting. An urban legend and a murder in constant imbalance. Cause and effect hopelessly tangled. Arranged wrong, the dream logic flawed, the feedback loop doubled and redoubled out of control. The pressure kept building, looking for release. This contrived overlap rebounded on itself, compressing, compounding.
Alright, let's come here. Grab this. Okay. I say... There's 1, 2, there's several. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Well, we know what happened to everybody here. Okay. Alright. Oh, no. Alright, let's heal. Okay. Holy crap.
Some staff down there had been corrupted. Shit just kept getting worse.
We're gonna have to start keeping an eye on supplies then. Okay. We already went in here. But is it restocking? Otherwise we're gonna be running out of ammo pretty fast if that's gonna happen on a normal basis. Rule of 3, right?
Loop 3. Should be the last one.
I keep coming back to this page. The author's clearly awake. It's like he's warning us. But about what? I mean, what does it mean? This page scared Jules away from the work on Wake's writing. A coward can't stand risk. But science is risk. For me, this is proof that we are going in the right direction. I just need Rudolph Lane's paintings to lead to more pages so that hopefully one day we can understand.
So pages led to... So paintings led to pages. Oh, thank goodness. Paintings led to pages, which led to more paintings?
I keep coming back to this page.
Oh, jeez.
What is that?
Is that even in the lake house? Is that a person in the painting? That was a body for a sec. Should be able to get in here with this.
Uncontrollable shifting phenomena.
Turn the power off and they disappeared.
Won't open without power.
All right. Can I open this door? Ready? Oh, that is so cool. And then back to the angry painting.
You again.
About Alan Wake.
Alan Wake's writing is being studied here. Do you know anything about him?
Names don't matter. 1,000 more to come.
They say clear communication is the key to any relationship. You and I have some work to do there.
What happened to you?
What happened to you? Did the people here do this to you?
Marmonts clogging his head.
Okay.
You said marmots before. Do they do this? Where are they now?
Misery, hate.
Tell me where they are.
The man in the white coat.
Christ. It's fixated on the marmots. What did they do?
I mean...
Access denied.
Get keycard access to the elevator. Get to the
Access denied.
What about 5?
Access denied.
So we're on 3. To go back to 1, maybe?
A threshold is the connection between a foreign reality and our own. Now, they all have their own rules, strange as they are, but the further down I went, the more chaotic this one got. Clearly, this was the Cauldron Lake threshold, but something was wrong. Well, more wrong than usual.
Sub-level 1.
I guess a good question is... We already looked here. Is there more to this place than what we saw? Should we be able to see more in level 2 now? Because look at the most extensive place looks like it's level 2. Yes.
Sublevel 2. Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm.
Well, somebody's in there, but they are literally... Oh god, more dead people.
Won't open while the floor's on lockdown.
So we gotta get the floor off lockdown. Level 3. Sound like hiss. A little bit. Oh gosh, is this all gonna open up? Lovely.
Finally, someone who isn't a painting. Hey, hello. Who are you?
Sorry, got a flow going. Can we do this later?
Wait, what?
No, we cannot. I'm Agent Estevez. I'm with the government, and I need your name.
Who is that?
I'm Ed Brooker, the playwright. And I'm hitting my stride here, so can you guys stop with all that banging and screaming? It's throwing me off.
What are you even doing? What are you writing?
Well, after you all abducted me in the woods, I've been working on this manuscript you gave me because you need it for some experiment or something. I kind of forget the premise. But, you know, I've had this block lately, and filling in the gaps of this story has really loosened me up. Copying the style is a nice constraint, but I still have lots of room to play. It's a solid creative exercise.
Where do you think you are right now?
In an immersive writing workshop.
Well, bad news, it's not a writing workshop. Good news, it's not a writing workshop.
Right. It's a government facility studying the power of creativity. That makes way more sense.
Sir, whether you are aware of it or not, there is a situation here. I need you to stay in your cell until I can resolve the matter, okay?
Uh-huh, got it. Hey, no one's been around with food for a while. I could go for some dinner when you have a second.
Oh.
Oh, and can I get my phone back? I want to call my wife. I don't know how Tammy found you guys, but she killed it. 5 stars all around.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
What the heck?
Shadow monsters represent capitalism, which means the flashlight is the power of the artist.
The first piece of content produced by the subject is severely disappointing. It is not remotely similar in content to Wake pages. So he didn't write like Wake. Why is it so focused on my marriage? Why is Jules the protagonist? Why is it set in an actual lakeside cabin? And what is happening at the end? What the hell is in the sky? Did anyone brief Booker about the concepts he has to write about? The lake house, the shadow? We need him to watch Wake's style, to match Wake's style exactly. Oh god, so they just went and got a writer to try to copy him. The crack was an emotional one. A line right through their marriage, their foundation, their lake house. Okay, so pretty much, for some reason, Alan was writing them as like...
They're kidnapping people to make art.
Yeah, that works well. Okay. Subject's writing must feature darkness, water, Mormonts, the lake house, conflict. Did anyone explain any of this to him? Doesn't look like it.
I wonder what happened here.
Jules Marmont looked at the painting. He didn't understand it, saw only random whirls of color. Drugging Lane made him more compliant, but his work had turned abstract. Jules needed more art his team could parse, could test, trial and error. These abstract explosions of color complicated the data. His grip tightened around the letter opener in his hand. The piece of art he needed was hidden inside Lane. If Jules could simply cut the painter open and pull the painting out of him, he would. The overhead lights flickered. Jules would make Lane cooperate. No more drugs. Less carrot, more stick. Jules had to go faster. He wouldn't lose to Diana. Nothing else mattered.
Jesus. So what, he like gutted the guy?
I can't paint anymore. I know you want me to paint, but I can't. I'm empty.
Rudolph, no. You love to paint. And you are such a talent. This is just the classic artist slump.
No. No, I hate it. It's just taking from me now. When can I leave? You said you'd let me leave.
Ah, Rudolph, but you volunteered to come, remember? We are helping you, like Dr. Hartman did.
Really?
Perhaps you need to see our doctor? I can arrange that.
No. No, that's... I am feeling better. Much better. I will paint.
Ah, this is wonderful to hear, Rudolph. I knew you would come back to your old self.
So whatever this monster is probably Rudolph. Rudolph Lane, who's Subject P, has shown a decline in Redacted over the past few months. Initially, this Redacted presented as an increase in resistance, frequently declining requests to work. However, given time and pressure, Subject would always relent. Subject's attitude toward art has also undergone a change recently. He is disinterested in his work, quickly becoming frustrated and becomes even damaging or destroying the piece before it's completed. Huh. As of yesterday, Subject refuses to touch his supplies. He claims he will not paint anymore and wishes to leave. So, he didn't want to make any more and you forced him. Jesus. Clearly being so close to Cauldron Lake really screwed you guys up. God, can you imagine if this all opens at once? Okay, how are we gonna lift this lockdown? Yeah, you're giving us a bunch of stuff because I'm gonna have to fight all that stuff. Subject observation. Locked door. Alright, well, I guess we'll go down that way. Vandalize 0% effort today. Boom! I have to admit, there's only so much reading I can do before I just want to get into the action. But I want to glean everything I can from this. This might be the last bit of content we get for a while for all this. Level 2 key card.
A higher access card. Sorry, but I need this. How many paintings did they have this guy make?
Jesus. Quite a few, huh? Effective. Aha, yes. That's just reiterating September 2023. September 2023. What do we got? I made a reservation for our anniversary, which I certainly never forgot. Was a week from this Friday. Oh, interesting. So now I have to look up what was 9/14 of last year. Let's look this up. Okay, so September 2023, the 14th was on a Thursday. Was it, which I certainly was a week from this Friday, so the 14th, so it was the 22nd. So it was September, so it was 22, interesting. Let's see if we can figure this out. 44 is right, yeah. Today's password is the date of our special unforgettable anniversary plus brown shape with horns. Plus brown shape. Okay, so it's unforgettable anniversary. $225. 0, 9, 22. Zero, 9, 22, 25.
There.
Okay.
Lockdown lifted. You are now safe to resume working.
Oh, God.
Estevez, come in. Facility. Sub-level 1. You copy?
No. Turn back. Area is extremely hostile. On floor 1. We'll need help.
Oop.
No, turn back. Area is extremely hostile.
One floor one. I need help.
Jeez, crackers, man. Too much overlap between tone and style? Word choice good but incomprehensible. Repetition issue was resolved with sufficient rounds of refinement. So they're slowly learning how to write like him. Okay, let's just check the area a bit. Thought I did pretty good.
I had a thought today. A possible avenue for further research. When we think of art successfully affecting reality, we always think of Alan Wake and his writing. This could be due to recency bias or simply the amount of recorded evidence skewing our opinion. But also, I wonder if writing's very nature is an advantage. Text can describe events in such explicit detail. The story gives the shadow a, how you say, a blueprint, a map of what to make real. But not all art is like this. Music, sculpture, dance, cuisine, in our case, a painting. When the source material is open to interpretation, how will the shadow choose to interpret it? I think Diana will find the question very interesting. Most likely, she already has an answer. That's why I love her.
That is interesting. Yeah, if the art's open for interpretation, what does the shadow do with it? Okay, so we're gonna have a few things open here. But you take a break. Okay. Oh no! Do not let him get behind you. Jeez. Okay, so now we can investigate all the other spots around here. This room doesn't have anything? Really? It's weird. Holy! That's not good.
She wasn't ready.
Okay. Oh God. I was not expecting that. Ooh, for a second there, I thought it froze or something. Okay. In 2010, Lane was inadvertently involved in AWE 35 while residing at the Cauldron Lake Lodge, where he lived under the care of Dr. Hartman. Lane was seriously injured during the AWE. He received medical care in Seattle for 2 months, during which time he was questioned and cleared by FBC staff. After the Cauldron Lake Lodge was seized and closed by the FBC, Lane moved to Wateree, Washington, where he currently resides. Current surveillance confirms he had no known personal relationship or affiliation with paranormal groups. As requested, the observation team has confirmed that Lane continues to paint as of right now. Okay. So he was there when all that went down. Okay. Let's go see the other stuff around here. Why is the game all of a sudden just crawling so bad? That's weird. Oof, all of a sudden the performance for the game just went to crap. Okay. Readings collected over the last 48 hours show a rising increase in activity stemming from the Cauldron Lake threshold, likely indicating an imminent scenario. The highest recorded reading exceeded the safety limit, necessitating a general alert and requesting assistance from a response team, which I guess would be us. However, no alert or contact with external teams has been made per recent amends to this procedure. As specified, the monitoring team will take no action until sign-off from one of the Marmonts. Jesus. So they became increasingly, I don't know. I can't get in here. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going over there to... Guess this is what we're going through. Art is for analysis, not for admiration.
My team was on sublevel 1. I knew they were in danger.
Yep. Let's go back up to 1. Get to the
Marmots turned innocent people into tools using the FBC's authority. They thought they were untouchable out here, hidden away in the woods? No. Actions have consequences. And I'm the consequences.
Sublevel 1.
That's always there.
You fucking bastard! Jules Marmont killed my team. He was taken by the Shadow. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh.
Get that gun while I'm up here.
Weird enough, after that floor, everything's just hitchy. I wonder what the deal is.
How do I get in the room with that gun? Can't open it from the side.
Well, didn't we do something? Didn't we flip a switch and everything kind of rotated? So what if we rotate it again? That won't let us do anything. Oh god! What the? Okay, don't get too close to those. Okay. Wait, whoa, whoa. How did everything change?
That name is not very scientific. I mean, who came up with that? Shadow.
Comes to my lab and treats me like some kind of assistant. Un putain d'assistant? Moi? I run the lake house. This is my facility. Mine! He cannot just walk in here for 1 week, make some speeches and then fly back to New York. Espèce de crétin! Prétentieux! The jackass thinks he's a fucking rock star! And he made fun of the name. Oh, the Shadow. The Shadow is good. It's evocative.
Don't like Darling, do we?
He is just a jealous, spoiled little child. And I will make it so everyone can see this. I will make it so no one even remembers his name! Tous ces imbéciles là, hein? They all think I am a pencil pusher. They think I do not have the mind for such work. Eh bien, ils verront. Ils verront!
Very unhappy.
I will take what they think is possible. And I will break it.
Did it open this back up? Yes. Hey, we gotta scrounge for supplies, okay? What do we got? Progress update? Got the firing mechanism working. Uses Blackrock.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment.
Oh, the doctor was reading this.
Overlap rebounded on itself, compressing, compounding, reflecting and refracting. An urban legend and a murder in constant imbalance causing...
Yeah, she was reading that.
Okay, this should get me down to sub-level 5. And this should get me past any other problems.
Charge the Blackrock launcher by holding down right trigger. Charge shots go further and damage more on impact. Does that say what it is? 021219. 021219. Some pies. God. They just got angry and angry at each other. Okay.
Finally! Something works on these bastards.
Holy gosh. Okay, next time I hit a save spot, I'm gonna have to reload the game. Guy's like, nope, I'm not getting shot by that thing. Okay. I'm guessing I have to go to the other side.
The show had changed Jules Marmont into a hostile, paranatural entity. That made everything simpler. No arrest, no paperwork. I could put him down like the monster he was.
Sublevel 2.
Okay, so I believe the only thing I have to go do in here is on the left side over here. We got a level 3 area. Yeah. What the hell? Is that Darlene?
Lane was found dead in his cell this morning. It's an unfortunate setback.
Guy's dead. An unfortunate setback? You kidding me right now?
But when a door is closed, a window is opened. I believe that's the saying. Lane may be gone, but he left us with a goodbye present. A final piece of art. This piece is different. It's raw emotion, pure truth. He put everything he had into this one. Literally. Every reading we take is off the charts. This is what we have been waiting for. It is the key. I will achieve what no one has before me. Not darling, that arrogant shit. Not my selfish harpy or the wife.
So, we have a painter and a painting that can talk. Clearly connected. But Lane was dead before any of this even happened.
I never needed any of it. The fools will finally see me for the genius I am.
Oh, okay. Not an arrogant guy at all. Interview. I don't think so. What is this? As head of research at the lake house, it is important that I am informed of all proceedings at this facility. Since the other Dr. Mormon is failing to provide me with details about our team's progress, I ask that you all seek information from members of her team. Really? So go spy on my wife? Is that pretty much what that came down to, is go spy on my wife? Point of interest and point of interest. So it's saying that there's a point of interest in here. Maybe here.
I had a thought today. A possible avenue for further research.
Oh.
When we think of art successfully affecting reality, we always think of Alan Wake and his writing. This could be or simply the amount of recorded evidence skewing our opinion.
Right, it was in here. What's this? As you may know, a valued member of our team was recently reassigned off of Project Arbitus. So then they started sniping from each other. Gosh. This place was fun. go down to 3. Open up a few of these doors. Go down to 4. 4 looks huge.
Sublevel 3.
Oh God! That's not fair. Alright. Let's get into here.
Water dripped from the ceiling as Diana stared at the folders stacked on her workstation. Each one was a branch of research. Drip. Some were thin, some thick. They represented years of her life, her work, dissecting the act of creation and examining the bloody pieces. Bringing in live subjects had been her idea. Drip. Bureau leadership denied their request. But after HQ went into lockdown, she took advantage of the chaos and got her artists.
Ooh.
Jules had whined about the optics. Diana ignored him. Now in her office below the waterline of Cauldron Lake, she considered how to proceed. Jules was convinced the page they had found would come true. It promised disaster. A situation out of control. Impossible. Diana was always in control. Drip. Drip. She needed answers. She needed to quantify, to define, to control.
How did that work out for you? Well, obviously I want to go do that first.
Jules' team has found new pages written by Wake. He must have gotten Rudolph Lane painting again. His bullshit pedestrian methodology cannot produce results before mine. I have to go faster, no matter the cost. We're still behind our projections. The more the machines can produce, the closer we can calibrate them to Wake's style. The proper calibration takes a lot of raw material, and production is slow. No. We're changing directions. The hypothesis remains unchanged.
Okay.
Imitating Wake's writing style will allow us to generate art capable of linking with the threshold. Our live subject should match Wake's style much faster. People can be calibrated just like a machine. You simply have to push the right buttons.
Jesus. To use art with the power, the shadow, we must first define art. Define an artist. A drug-using bum, often wears a turtleneck and drinks red wine. Left-wing political views. Danger. If left-wing politics made real by the shadow, are right-wing artists. Any right-wing artist? Not for abject... Okay. Does a critic define what is art? Where do we find critics? Kidnap, lure in critics? Or the audience? Are we the audience? Must we like the art? Interesting. They started asking the bigger questions of what is art versus what is not. The people around art. Oh god! Again? I don't think I have any more heals. Alright, down to 4, even though from the looks of it, 4 is quite big. We haven't even gone down to 5. Gosh darn it. Now we don't even have any health. We are literally one shot.
This is not level 4. The Marmonts were holding a painter here. Rudolph Lane. Does that ring a bell?
The shame of a man!
I think you are, or were, Rudolph Lane.
Himself! A self-portrait! Make them see!
Look, I might be able to help you. But I need information, cooperation.
No brush! Just himself!
All right. Okay. Oh, we didn't get very far in level 4. So what's in level 5?
Sublevel 4.
Something's very weird here. This is gonna be a heck of a battle. Alright. Now that we're down here. Game saved.
Come on.
Oh wow. Is this how they link? Is this how they link the original game? boy. Okay, see ya, Fred. Okay, so how do we get to the next part? Oh, thank goodness.
Diana sat in her office. A weak desk light kept the darkness around her at bay. The silence of the archive suited her. She scowled at a series of graphs when the room turned red. Alarms blared. Breach detected. Then the walls of the archives rumbled. A tremor in the bones of the facility. One by one, the red lights went dark as a wave of nothing poured in from all sides. Diana stood, but there was nowhere to run. The sheer depth of the darkness terrified her. She realized they had done this. Her and Jules, their ambition, their hatred. Her desk lamp flickered. In the brief moment before it all went dark, she thought of Jules' smile.
This is really closed in, yeah? Trying to stay away from the walls with the paintings. I see you. Ow! Whoa. Alright, I gotta salvage for supplies because this is not gonna get any easier. Wait. Is there anything this way? No. Well, this is about to get fun. Oh, come on. Really? Wanted to get me, did ya? What do we got here? Progress in the Lake House's directive to understand and suppress the Cauldron Lake threshold has improved this year. Research in the areas of threshold energy detection and measurement have made great strides, allowing us to work with Investigations Department in the construction of an early warning system near the shore of Cauldron Lake. Exploring the relationship between the shadow and the sources of the lake continues to be difficult without active manifestations to test. Additional means of containment and offensive measures against the shadow have similarly been difficult to develop without an active AWE, so they just had to research. Okay. Before Dr. Darling was lost in the lockdown of the oldest house, he tasked the Lake House with discovering the nature of the shadow and its ability to convert art into reality. During our diligent research, it's become clear that Darling was not dreaming big enough, which leads us to the new goal, to create a stable connection between the Cauldron threshold and our dimension. That sounds like an awful idea. Threshold traversal has only ever been possible inside the oldest house and occasionally during AWEs, though often an involuntary process. The shadow's known attraction to art provides us the perfect opportunity. Dude, that sounds... A laboratory was built on sub-level 5 where experimentation related to linking will be performed. Jesus. You guys thought that's a great idea, huh?
September 13th, 2023. Notes regarding the concept of the tortured artist. A romanticized image of the sensitive artistic temperament, yes. But there may be truth in the cliche. It's no secret Rudolph Lane has been unhappy here for years. But the aggregate data shows his art's viability score trending upward over time. If Jules hadn't neglected to hold regular psychological exams, then we could have quantified the subject's emotional state, creating a sort of distress rating to compare against the art's score. I'll make this a sub-goal of my study of Edward Booker. Once we set the variables and establish a control reading of his art and mental state, then we can begin inducing negative emotion.
Really?
Limited food and water, perhaps. An increasingly tight living space. This is how Jules lost his subject, though. You need to be careful not to leave any sharp objects in Booker's cell.
Jesus, guys. On the morning of Redacted, the musician held at the lake house for research purposes, was discovered missing from her cell. Professionally known as Redacted, has produced a song called 6 Deep Breaths. During her time at the lake house, what was considered very promising as research material. And then she escaped? Wait, what? An investigation is currently ongoing as whether staff of the lake house were involved in the disappearance of Redacted. An investigation is currently ongoing as to whether the subject used the song they created as a means to escape. Didn't care about human life at all.
The lake house was underwater. The Marmont's ambitions had finally been realized. Jules had dangled the painting like a lure and hooked an ocean. Their machines couldn't hold it. A fault in the system. The water rushed in, filled it until it was ready to burst. All their successes and failures had led them here. The work had made them into monsters. But the lake house was still theirs. It always would be. They could feel an outsider trespassing in their labs. "I know you're here," they called out to the dark. They hunted floor by floor. They wouldn't let the intruders stop their progress. This was their home. Their beloved tomb beneath the waves.
God. 685 298. Okay, so they went back and forth. You can't forbid. Letter from Darlene. I just received a letter from Darlene about a request you made to bring in live subjects. What were you thinking? Do you know how that looks? What did he say? Was it approved? That was 5 years ago. No, he refused. You know protocol does not allow this sort of thing. I mean, considering the details on the new page we found, I believe we should abandon the research into Alan Wake's writing. We must not endanger our staff. Jesus, you guys. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna turn this thing off.
The lab. Some big experiment tomorrow. I can't find the details anywhere. That bastard is hiding them. All those years, he steals credit for my ideas and my work, and now he's scared of being plagiarized?
Different
Oh, that is really fucking rich, Jules. Oh, and he's reportedly misplaced the manuscript pages I need for my work. Suddenly, the exact pages that I need to reference have just vanished. He is actively impeding critical bureau research. I mean, if he can do that, then what is stopping me from going down to that lab? And I don't know, just inverting the amplifiers or misaligning the receivers or both. It's the same thing in principle. He booked the lab. Some big experiment tomorrow. I can't find the details anywhere.
Dr. Casper Darling.
Bastard is hiding them.
I couldn't stop thinking about this new direction for the lake house after I got back to New York. I hope pivoting to researching Threshold Redacted's reality manipulation effect wasn't too much of a shock for you. It seemed like your work on containment was stalling, so I decided you all could use a fresh start. Here's something to get you started. Some drawings made by a certain Redacted a while back.
He is actively impeding critical
Test
Bureau
for any
research.
reaction that may trigger with the shadow.
I mean, if he
Still
can do
don't
that,
like how
then what is
unscientific that name
stopping me
is. You can
from
designate the
going
artist
down
as
to that
P6
lab?
in your
I don't know,
records.
just inverting the
I expect regular
amplifiers or
updates. Go
misaligning
team.
the receivers or both. It's the same thing in principle.
Falling?
A light switch cord.
Oh gosh.
He booked the lab. Some big experiment tomorrow. I can't find the details
Quick lesson
anywhere.
on light switch cords. If you
bastard
find
is
one,
hiding them.
pull it 3 times.
All those years, he steals credit for my ideas and my work, and now he's...
The Ocean View Motel is a dimensional intersection. The doors from the lobby can lead anywhere. But I didn't end up in the lobby this time, which was definitely unusual.
Yeah, where are we? That looks like FBC headquarters. That looks like Trench.
Panopticon? But the Panopticon is at headquarters. Yeah.
I'm outside in a forest. The sun is shining. Birds are calling. I feel dirt beneath my feet. Crazy. Everything smells like...
Dylan? Hello?
Agent Estevez, Federal Bureau of Control. Identify yourself.
It's quiet.
Who are you?
It's been a long time since I've seen anyone.
This is an FBC containment unit. Why is the Bureau detaining you?
Dylan?
I'm where I belong.
Everyone I meet here is either a painting or a paracriminal. There's a sign over there for the Panopticon. The Panopticon's only in New York, in HQ. Is this the oldest house?
I think that's where I am.
So you are inside the oldest house. Is anyone else alive?
I can't.
It's a waste of time. Hey, this is important. FBC headquarters went dark 4 years ago. What exactly happened in there?
We were attacked. No, no, not again. Not yet. No, 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 no.
Hey, stay with me. Stay with me.
Okay. Okay.
What is going on?
What attacked the oldest house? I need to know.
Something's changing. Outside. Can you feel it? I can hear it. It's getting worse. You can't stay, can you?
Hold on. I need to know if I can...
Tell Jesse I tried. I really did.
He booked the lab. Some big experiment tomorrow. I can't find the
At least my
details
voice is back to
anywhere.
normal.
That bastard is hiding them. All those years.
Holy crap. Whew. So is that a preview for Control 2? Something happened with Dylan?
Oh, Jesus. 1, 2, 3.
Sublevel 5.
6.
Shut down the experiment.
No.
Hey, I think we saw that.
The Marmonts had opened the door into Cauldron Lake's threshold. It was forced. It was unstable. Shutting the experiment down was the only option.
Ow! Was it Jules?
Typical fucking Marmonts.
All right.
Where'd she go?
Grab what's in here. Oh, God. Ah! Anything in there? Alright, well. I am struggle busting here. Alright. Oh, this is hard. This is tough. Oh, God! Oh my gosh. Alright, shut it down, shut it down. We gotta shut this down. We gotta shut this down now.
I know what the Marmonts did to you, to Rudolph Lane. I will do whatever I can to make sure this kind of thing doesn't happen again.
A putrid weight he could never wash away!
The Marmonts are dead. I don't know if that's any sort of consolation, but it's done.
The pain, it was all over him!
The threshold is tearing itself apart. I need to shut this down. Look, I'm sorry. I know you didn't make a choice here. It's not fair, but I have to shut this threshold down before it fractures.
Oh gosh, did it put her in the darkness? She in the lake?
Agent Estevez stood in the forest just outside of Bright Falls. She watched her team detain Alan Wake and Ilmo Koska, stuffing them into black SUVs. She realized this was the moment Wake had been writing in the vision she had seen. The story was coming true. She pushed the thought out of her head. It had been a good tip, a way to find Wake. Nothing more.
Alan Wake!
After the threshold event collapsed, I was back at Cauldron Lake. But for a moment, I was somewhere else. I saw Alan Wake there. He was writing about me finding him in Bright Falls, in the woods. It was a good tip. I called the surviving members of my team, and I told them to meet me there. You know, these cases, they never get less ambiguous or easier. But this one, this was tough. Because protocol says entities like the Taken are monsters, threats. But the Marmonts were monsters way before the Shadow got to them.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, what's the difference?
Maybe it just amplifies who you already are. Alright, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the final downloadable content for Alan Wake 2. Looks like we got to find out what the FBC was doing in the area, and we might have got to see a little preview for Control 2. Comment down below what you think. Give me some of your thoughts, maybe your theories for Control 2 and maybe the future of where everything is going. Maybe they're going to finish what happened in Control 1 with the new FBC Firebreak co-op game coming out. Don't know. Give me some thoughts. All right, everybody, like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video.